Hello and welcome to this Capricorn inspired reading for July 2025. Thank you so much for being here. I am using the symbolism of the tarot and the symbolism of Western astrology to look deeper into layers of consciousness, to find new perspectives. And I'm using these tools as a way for self-reflection. I am not a fortune teller. I will not tell you your future, but we can reflect together with the help of the cards. So let's look at everything that wants to come out. In the first part of the reading, I will do a general reading, a general spread, and in the second part, I will do a relationship dynamic. So that's what I always do here in my videos. And yeah, let's get started. All right. Oh, ooh, okay, there's already two cards coming out. And I wanted to take both because, first of all, I mean, the Lover's card, wonderful, wonderful card. When we have a Lover's card here and it wanted to fall in the position where we're moving into, we are really moving into a moment of full trust that we're meeting an opposite, a mirror, a person, a project, a job, a city. It could be any kind of thing with the Lovers, but we're meeting something here where we can fully trust that this is our opposite thing. This is our mirror. This is what really can feed us, what really can fulfill us, what is for us. And it feels like there is a divine union going on. The Lovers don't have to talk about romantic relationships, but of course they can. But as I said, it can talk about anything that has such an importance in your life that you're really fully open to trust and to let yourself fall into it. Like falling in love, you know. So this is a beautiful card, and the combination of the cards is also very, very interesting because we do have a Knight of Discs here, and the Knight of Discs is loosely connected to Capricorn in a sense that it's an Earth card. It's a Discs card, and Discs are connected to the Earth element, and Capricorn, of course, is also connected to the Earth element. So we do have a Knight of Discs here who is very stable, very grounded, and he very much knows how to really build resources, how to build a secure place for himself. And out of that secure place, it's even a better way, a better position to really fully trust. Because when we are in our own stability, when we feel safe, when we feel grounded, then we have a much better intuitive connection to the things surrounding us, and we have a much better way of judging a situation as well. So this is really beautiful, especially with the Lovers being a major arcana card. So this can be a big thing. This can be a big moment for you where you're like, yes, this is the thing for me. This is the real thing. This is, I don't know, the project I want to work on. But I would say it's more than a project. It's like a passion, or it is a person where you're like fully trusting that this is the right person for you, or you're able to take that step, to take that leap of faith and to let yourself fall. And as you can see in this card as well, we do have Cupid and Cupid's arrow here on top of the card. So you're really falling in love. You're falling in love with something that is very dear and close to us, or will become very dear and close to you, and that will kind of complete you in a way. So even though that's a little bit of a dangerous, you know, thought that we want, especially a person, to complete us, because we should probably feel complete within ourselves. But this is something that we are fully trusting that it is for us. So yeah, I really love that, especially with this combination with the Knight of Discs. All right, let's see where we are coming out of. Or what we are bringing into the situation, what adds to the situation. Wow, the Hierophant. So we have two Taurus cards here and the 10 of Cups. This is a big moment, I feel like, for Capricorn inspired people, because the Hierophant and the Knight of Discs, they're both sort of speaking about Taurus. And with Taurus, we are in a place where we're really thinking about our stability, about establishing resources, also about our money, about our health, about our material health. This is Taurus, and the Hierophant sees this whole thing more on a spiritual level and on a belief system type of level. So for me, often the Hierophant is a card we are like establishing also a spiritual practice where we are really thinking about how do I want to live out my faith every day. So that's why he is also the connection from God to the worldly realm. He's also the Pope, you know, in old decks. And he is the keeper of the spiritual system, like religion. We might have found our own religion, or a new religion, or a new way of living our spiritual beliefs, and a new way of practicing our spiritual beliefs that brought us to a place where we feel very, very secure and very grounded with ourselves. So this is very, very beautiful. And I'm out of breath because there are so many things that are just really overwhelmingly beautiful. With the 10 of Cups here, we have this completion also within ourselves when it comes to our emotional world. So this is really the highest point we can get to when it comes to fulfillment of emotions, which doesn't necessarily mean all emotions are good, you know. It's more like the 10 cups represent all these types of different emotions that create human life, that make us human as well. And we feel very full. We feel very, very fulfilled also with the 10 of Cups. And I feel like this is the end goal, and we are really stepping into a time where we find the right thing, where we can really feel that completeness of emotion, and where we know this is really the path we want to go. It can have to do with work. We have a Mars and Capricorn card here underneath, which is the 3 of Pentacles. I'm only mentioning it because it's a Capricorn card, but it can have to do with work here because the 3 of Pentacles is actually called work. So yeah, I love that. Wow, big moment, big moment for Capricorn, I feel like. So let's look at the relationship dynamic. Of course, this can have to do with a relationship with another person. Maybe you are about to find the right way of, you know, living a relationship, figuring out what makes you fulfilled, how you want to live it. Maybe it's a very traditional thing with the Hierophant, but let's see. This can be any relationships, as I said. This can also be work relationships, colleagues, or family. So this other person or this other energy, let's see. Ooh, the Queen of Pentacles. That is the divine counterpart here for the Knight of Pentacles. That's exactly the counterpart we need. So before I continue, please subscribe, like, comment if you like these readings. The Queen of Pentacles is also connected to Capricorn, as you can see in this card. And she is the stable queen. She knows how to handle her resources. She knows when to give, when not to give. She is really the manager of resources, in my opinion, of time, money, health. She knows how to deal with her body. She knows how to also be conscientious in a way that she knows how to do the things that need to be done to have results. And at the same time, she is sitting on this very stable throne. And she has the goat next to her, which really means that she also is used to tough conditions, which is representing Capricorn and the goat, of course. So Capricorn knows how to really handle tough conditions, how to really work hard, how to really go the extra mile, how to work under pressure. She's established that. She's been there, she's done that, and now she's sitting here on her very established throne. You might want to, if this is not an actual person, you know, you might want to connect to people who are maybe female identifying or feminine type of people who have established that to learn from them. Because with the Hierophant, we do have the higher learning, we do have also the spiritual learning, or it could really be a good partner. I mean, this could be a perfect partner actually for you, because this is really mirroring you. And this other person might right now, it doesn't have to mean that they're male or female, but embody a more feminine energy in a sense that they're more receptive to the things that come to them, other than just going after things in constant action. So this could be a really great match if you're more in that active, motivated, forward-moving energy right now, and another person is like taking the things that they're offered and working with them, you know, which is also a big skill that people have to learn and to establish. The King of Swords, well, and there is the Love card underneath. So this could very well be a love and relationship reading, a romantic reading. The King of Swords, I think this King of Swords is really speaking about making also smart decisions, that you're like, oh, this would be actually really smart to work with that person, not just like on an emotional level, but also on a rational level, where we're like, okay, yes, this is a good strategy to move forward. And Capricorn is very practical also when it comes to relationships. Every single Capricorn I know who is in a relationship, it's very like, this is a good wife, or this is a good husband, or this is a good partner. I can work with them, I can do my stuff with them, I can have kids with them, etc. If you're not in a relationship right now, there could be a person right now that will embody what you're really looking for. And it's interesting in the spread here how he points at the Hierophant with his sword, and his sword represents his truth. So he's really pointing at his belief system, and you might want to communicate or being a talking face with a person where it's really important to also communicate what you believe in, because I think this is really the essence here, to figure out and learn if you can work together on the long term, and if this can be successful on an emotional level. And you might want to show this person even a little bit more about your belief system. I just like how these cards here came out, if you want to have a look at that. You might also take your person or certain people right now to different ideas when it comes to believing, and spiritual ideas and faith maybe. So yeah, I love that. I think communication is important here with the King of Swords. Don't be short of saying your truth, talking your truth, and just being open and transparent and clear, because this person can take it, you know. It's a very stable person. They would rather have the truth. I think a Queen of Pentacles would rather have the truth and the reality of things than be in the dark, even though she probably doesn't care. But I mean, it's just, she can handle it. If you're wondering if you have a person that might not be able to handle it, they most definitely can. And the Two of Pentacles. Well, this could be, oh, the Tower. Huh, oh, all right, I didn't see that coming. The Two of Pentacles, it could be a person that you've already met and where a dynamic is changing, because maybe you see that they have been more stable or more grounded lately, and you have a clearer strategy of where you want to go, and you're kind of changing together. This is beautiful. The Two of Pentacles is a really good card for moving forward a process, or a seed you've planted, a beginning, and taking the next steps. What's important with the Two of Pentacles for me always is, let's stay flexible. Let's not, you know, go 2 steps further. Let's figure out this new situation, because we're just in the beginning of a new path. And the beginning of a new path is really planting the seed, and the Two of Pentacles is kind of like that first opening we see, where we see things changing, where we see things actually happening, where we have results. But we need to kind of get used to this new way of doing things, and this new we've never been here before. This is new. So we kind of need to figure out step by step how to take this, and that's why it's really important to stay lighthearted, light-footed, and to stay flexible. With the Tower, I'm not quite sure, because this really is kind of a contrast to the other things, but maybe it is kind of a sudden realization that a way forward is possible, and maybe it's also a sudden emotional realization that this feels really right for once. Because I feel like also Capricorns are people who very much need proof that things are good for them, that things are right for them, that this is the right path. They're not just going to jump into something impulsively. There's a lot of, you know, planning and looking at the results and looking at the reality of things. So maybe this is hitting you a little harder than you thought, this realization that this is actually the way for you to move forward, or that this change is possible with a person. Maybe you wouldn't have thought that it is possible. It could also be that now that you're communicating clearer what you believe in, that this kind of communication about your beliefs makes things actually much easier and makes things happen all of a sudden. And now I kind of switched the cards around, which is also interesting because the Tower is all of a sudden now here. Yeah, the Tower now wanted to come into a position where it's also telling me maybe a person, maybe you start seeing a person in a completely different light. Maybe you've not seen something about them that now is all of a sudden like hitting you, and you're like, oh wow, this is actually, I didn't realize that about that person. This is actually exactly what I want, or exactly what I need right now in my life. So yeah, wow, this is very cool. And as I said, this can be also a work relationship. If it's a family matter, it could be that somebody is in a new stability, or arrived in a new stability together with you, but more on a spiritual level, and maybe not in the 3D. Maybe you didn't talk to a person for a long time, and all of a sudden you're like, wow, I'm impressed where this person is at, and actually we're on the same path and we're both changing, and that really feels good, so we can really work together. All right, let's pull one or two more cards for this relationship situation. Restlessness. Yeah, I feel that energy. I'm really like out of breath a little bit, which is weird. I'm kind of anxious. Maybe there is now this time that tells us like it's time to act, it's time to move, it's time to move forward, it's time to make things happen. There might be a little bit of an anxiety about making things progress or moving things forward, especially from this other person, I think. Charity and excitement. Well, I like the combination of these two, because with charity sometimes I'm a little careful because it often is a little bit of a power dynamic. But in this case, it really seems like that there is a lot of excitement to give. Excitement to also help each other maybe, and excitement to just give freely and to contribute freely to a relationship. With the excitement card, we do have Mercury in Gemini, and again we want to really communicate as much as we can with Gemini, and we also do have Uranus moving from Taurus into Gemini right now, which is a big deal, and it's going on forever. So yeah, this exact transit I think is not going to happen for 11 years or something. So there can be like very sudden, and there is a Tower moment again, very sudden, very unexpected things happening, which don't have to necessarily be bad, but this could be a astrological component of this reading, where you might already feel that right now, because now is the first transit, and we might feel already like, oh, there's something completely out of the blue happening that I didn't see before. And that's the Uranus type of energy. And we have Saturn in Cancer, which is really that type of energy where it's like, even if it's hard, we are giving. Even if it's hard, especially sometimes when we have a lot, sometimes we want to cling on to our resources, and the Saturn in Cancer is like, even when it's hard to give, we're still giving. So yeah, I love that. I love that. All right, Capricorn, thank you so much for being here again. Please like, subscribe, comment, check out my description box for everything you need to know. And also check out the other readings if you are kind of resonating with another sign. And yeah, thank you so much for being here, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.